Let me turn down my audio so nothing plays. In case I start digging around on my phone.
It's Oddtober.
So do we have is there a timer before we can swear?
I mean, YouTube likes a minute.
Okay.
The first minute they're like no swearing.
So
But we're not big enough to really.
So this whole weekend,
We are big enough on other platforms, and I don't know what their criteria is. Doing well so far.
We had a very busy weekend. I specifically had a very busy weekend.
I didn't sleep.
Like Friday, we
Which is
had
bad.
Dune. Got home at 3.
Yep.
Saturday we had East Kentwood.
Yep.
Got home at
10:15 or 10:45 because McDonald's closes at 11.
10:45, and then yesterday I got home at 7.
Yep.
Because went to go. I saw Howl's Moving Castle in theaters for a Fathom event. So on Saturday, East Kentwood is a marching band competition. Heather and Mike have been going
14 years.
14 years now.
14 years
That's a
strong.
long time.
They only missed 1 year.
1 year because of COVID.
And because it was closed down because of COVID.
They didn't have it.
It was pretty good.
Since I've been a freshman in high school, I've won every year.
It's from
Commitment.
2 o'clock to 9:40. Well, 9:30.
Basically, yeah.
It's a very long.
It's a long competition.
About 7 o'clock, 5 hours in.
Yeah.
Which
It's getting cold.
well, actually, we'll start out first about 4 o'clock.
4 o'clock, yeah.
3 or 4.
3:30.
3:30. We were sitting down.
In our same spot we've always sat in for the last 14 years. 14 years. Well, 9 years. 9 years. 10 years. 10 years I've been sitting in the exact same fucking spot. 3 rows down, 45 from, on the 45.
Okay.
Right where it is.
And
Fucking 9 years.
as these marching bands stop
They're done.
playing, they go into the stand because they're stuck there till 10 o'clock.
It's always
basically.
been bands to the outside. Bands stay to the outside, spectators to the inside. Bands always stay to the outside. There's 2 rows on the side before you hit the center rows where parents and everyone else sits. Bands stay to the outside for respect.
So we're sitting on the inside.
Yep.
It's a bit rainy, but
Yep.
it's fine. And suddenly, a band director
Yep.
comes up and says, "All right, guys, it's a little dry over here, so we're all gonna move."
They surrounded us.
They sat in front of us, next to us, and
They
they're
ambushed
behind
us. They ambushed us. Me and Heather are not for this. No.
So you're for going to competition,
Yeah.
It's great.
but not being with the band.
I don't want to be with a band.
No,
Okay.
I'm
first
there
off,
to enjoy the bands.
they're high school.
They're high schoolers. They don't shut the fuck up. I am there to see the bands perform and enjoy everything about what marching band is about.
There's a reason Mike played a bard.
So we did get up and move because
Me and Heather were annoyed, and it was not going to happen. Us sitting there. No. We're fine sitting next to people, but when you sit around bands, especially high schoolers, they don't shut up. I'm not joking. They talk.
we were all in high
They're
school. We
all giddy.
Oh,
So you know how
Yeah, we
when you're
never
with
shut
your
up.
friends and
the
you
big
don't
accent
have
thing that they had.
adult supervision, you just talk and you're not respectful for the people around you because you think you're just around your people when in
Fair.
fact you surrounded us. But it's fine.
So
We got up and moved.
got up and moved.
Yep.
It's great.
Went to the other side to sit basically where we were, just mirrored, right?
Yep.
So the other 45, 4 rows down, fine. We didn't really have any issues after that.
Well, thank goodness we moved.
Yes. So,
Why? What happened now?
well, first of all, Heather's a teacher at a school, right? And the band director there knows her. Right? And so you're not allowed to come into the stands when bands are performing because it's just a respectful thing, right? You got to wait till they're done performing. Well, the school Heather teaches at all of a sudden is at the bottom of the stairs waiting to come. Yeah.
You just see
You
the names of the school on the
Yep.
back of it, and I
Yep.
point out to Heather. I'm like, "Hey, Heather."
So we're trying to avoid eye contact. The band director, bless his heart, saw Heather and forced them to sit kind of away from us because he understood, no.
Well, at least he was cool.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
fine.
yeah.
Eventually, the students did
Yeah.
recognize her, and she ended up talking to a few of them and whatnot. So,
Well-
but it's fine. But we were around other bands, but they weren't directly near us.
And, we had other groups around.
Yeah,
us
there
that
was
weren't-
a band 3 rows in front of us. I understand because it's the end of the night, you're just trying to climb in and whatever. But at 3 o'clock, there was so much space, so much. So it is the band performing before the dinner break. There's a half-hour dinner break at like 5:30, one of the two, right? Mm-hmm. Have you ever, in movies, like when you're on a plane and like they say, is there a doctor on the plane or a nurse? Mm-hmm. That happened, Jared. What do you mean? They announced over the loudspeaker, if there is a nurse or a medical professional, can you please come up to the judge's box? We may have an emergency.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, if there happens to be a doctor or a nurse in the house, if you could please make your way to...
Yeah. Yes.
Now, basically, that, but like a quarter of the speed.
Yeah, because the announcer was, is there a nurse or some sort of medical...
We need a nurse.
Professional.
Wow.
Please come to the judge's box at the top of the
so it might
stairs.
As well have been like the stereotypical airplane.
Yes.
Pilot.
Yeah.
Like,
so we're like, okay, well, that's weird, but shit happens. Kids are rambunctious. Somebody probably fucking got hurt or cut themselves. Who the fuck knows? First responder comes. Another vehicle comes. What's going on? Sirens, ambulance. The fuck is happening? I want to let you know that if I'm ever dying from a medical emergency, do not call first responders or anything like that. Just put a bullet in my fucking head because it'd be a lot fucking quicker. We waited 45 minutes. Like it was already the dinner break.
Oh, yeah.
So it's fine.
I remember from the fire.
Do you want to take over or should I continue?
Yeah, I think you should because of your love for the elderly.
Okay. Everyone knows I hate old people. So, yeah. So me and Heather were trying to figure out what happened. I was like, oh, kid probably cut himself or something. Yeah. Sorry. Anthony was there, but when me and Heather getting on a tangent, it's just me and her.
By the way, I'm Anthony Denny.
I'm sure
Michael Kennedy. And so it's fine. And so we're trying to figure out, I was like, well, a kid probably fell or something or slipped or something or cut himself because kids are stupid.
Yeah. It's cold.
I'm like, well, what if it's an old person fell and broke their hip or something like that? We're just trying to go back and forth. We're talking about jumping and shit and jumping off because we're up fucking high. It's it's a 100-yard drop to the bottom. So they where the emergency happened is just directly across from us, basically the highest point you could be on the stadium, 3 rows down. So what we see is them get the chair, right? It's a special chair to help from moving if you're injured, to walk downstairs with. The oldest fucking first responder I've ever seen helping as well.
No one young was helping.
No one at all.
There were a bunch of people who were at least 50 helping.
So then in the ambulance, they get out the stretcher and we're like, oh, so this might actually be serious, guys. Yeah. We finally get to see who it is. Jared, of everything that I have just said about my hatred of old people and someone falling and breaking a hip, can you guess what happened?
Someone fell and broke her hip?
No, an old lady slipped on the bleachers and broke her neck.
I'm sorry, someone died?
No,
is she okay?
No, she's fine.
She was waving.
She was waving like this, but it was very strong. It was neck brace and the whole because the bleachers are slippery. Fucking slipped.
Now I want to let you everyone
basically
know, there were elderly seats in the front.
And it was specifically marked for that reason.
Yeah, for the elderly and probably their
the elderly
families.
people wouldn't go up and get hurt.
Yes,
because it's a long way up.
Yes, and also East Kentwood is liable for this. Yeah. So
fun.
Yeah.
And so now after this has all happened, we're all in a different mood.
Yes.
So Mike introduces Heather to the Carfax Fox.
Carfax Fox.
Matter of fact,
I pulled up the clip. She has no context of this.
It was mad.
Oh my gosh! You invite anybody else to this party? Like your mom or the Fox from the Carfax commercial? The Carfax Fox? I had to explain to Heather that lives in my head.
She's like
rent free.
She's like, does he have a robot arm?
Yes. Because she saw the clip of Billy Quizboy and fucking Pete White sitting there with Rusty. And I had to explain, Rusty's throwing a lunar eclipse party, and he's trying to invite who is it? Hang on. Christopher Lambert, the Highlander, because he's got a really fancy jumpsuit he wants to show off. And Heather goes, well, does he ever show up? I'm like, he tries to get into the building, but no one's there to answer the door because Rusty gets shot. So she goes, well, good. At least he showed up. I was going to be sad if he didn't show up. I'm just going to move and die there because
I love that this whole story of an old woman breaking her fucking neck at a concert and getting pissed off high schoolers was a big loop around from Mike to go off.
No,
Again about the Carfax.
What happened
Fox.
was because there was an extra 15 minutes.
Yeah, I got loopy.
He got too loopy.
I got two. I got unfocused.
Because
And that brought the Carfax
At
Fox
that
in.
point, we were not getting up and moving because we were too far from the bathrooms, too far away from the food, and we weren't.
So I needed to be entertained every 15 minutes. Like a band would perform, there'd be like a 5-minute break while the other band's taking the field, and then in between classes there would be like a 15-minute break. And that's fine. But when you give me 45 minutes to stand around and do nothing, it's a Carfax Fox. You don't come out.
Welcome to the first 10 minutes of this show.
Can we talk about Dune now, though, for a hot minute?
Yeah, we can talk about Dune for a hot minute. No spoilers. But...
We're going to spoil the shit out of it.
Okay, I guess spoilers.
Spoilers for Dune, because guess what? Nothing happens.
It's on HBO Max.
Yeah.
There is action, though. I mean, the first quarter of that movie has all the action, and then after that, it
did you see the quote
expositional
from the director? He was like, he basically
would
said
never agree to this unless he could do more than one.
He's like, I want to thank everyone for seeing this movie. I know I'm paraphrasing. I know it was slow, and it was a lot of buildup, but I had to do it for what I have planned for the next fucking movie, which is going to be fucking epic.
Yeah.
So I cannot wait for Dune Part 2.
I would describe Dune as very immersive but very dry.
Yes.
That's how I would describe it.
And my ADHD brain fucking ordered all 6 books the next fucking day.
People have been asking me how I felt, and I'm like, how did you feel about Lord of the Rings? They're like, well, they were a bit long. I'm like, okay, well, first off, this one, same thing, very expositional. All the actions in the first quarter, and then it's just expositional build-up for whatever you want.
Remember that scene in Two Towers where Sam and Frodo and
walk for an hour?
Or just walking? Yeah, that's the whole movie.
Yeah.
So... Yeah, I have a friend at work I work with, and she trusts my movie opinions because she's getting opinions from other movies. She liked Black Widow, and she liked the Suicide Squad, and she liked Carnage, and she liked all those, and I liked them. And some of the other people she works with they're stupid movies. Those were pretty good movies. They were fun.
There's some
They're
good
great movies, right?
Come on now,
right? And so she trusts my opinion. So at 12:42, when we got out of the fucking movie theater, I said, "Don't watch Dune." She just laughed at me, and I said, so you'll probably enjoy it. You'll probably enjoy the special effects. Visually, it's stunning, but it's boring as hell because it's part one of God knows how many. So it's all set up with little payoff. They drop lore like it's important, but never follow up on it, never really explain it. But for fuck's sake, Oscar Isaac and Jason Momoa have huge big dick energy the entire way through.
Yeah, they do.
She said, I'll probably see it since it's on HBO, right? Because she didn't watch it.
Yeah.
I was like, I mean, I enjoyed it, but I didn't like it. Does that make sense? Like, it's a great movie, but it's slow as fuck, and my God, you'll hate the mother. Yes.
Yeah.
Maybe. Because she doesn't, gonna say a controversial statement here. I don't really like Star Wars all that much. I liked Rogue One, but I don't like a whole lot of the other things. Neither does she, because it's a lot of build-up with not a lot of payoff.
I'm glad you brought it up, because this is... Star Wars and Dune have the theme in common because they're both space operas.
Yeah, I was like, it's kind of like Star
Dune
Wars
inspired a lot of Dune and what the fuck is that?
Valerian?
Yes.
Well,
they came out before that one, and Dune were the inspiration to Star Wars.
I was like, it's gonna be like Star Wars for you, like we just talked about. Like, it's a fun ride, but at the end, you're left knowing that they're going to be at least 2 more movies or something. So it's kind of pointless. I could go on.
Yeah,
but you guys get it. Yeah.
For all of you, it very much is, and like Eric, I know you listen to the show.
Hi, Eric.
His whole thing was he said he watched the first 20-30 minutes, but he's like, for me, it didn't make me excited of where they may go. He's like, I knew beat for beat what was going to happen. I've read the book backward, I know it backward and forward. So it's like, whatever.
No, you both.
He's like, Part 2 might have a bit more, but this one I passed on.
I mean, I get it. I mean,
here's the thing too. For someone who knows it that well,
here's the thing, though. Really give you a whole lot. It's not like we've talked about with Suicide Squad, and we've talked about with basically where they're
milk, tape, paper plates, and Bisquick,
where they're trying to start a franchise, right? Where you where you go hard and you miss, so you don't get to build out that universe.
Yeah.
This one, they went hard, they missed, but because it's a cultural phenomenon and people are excited for it, it still made the money it needed to get the second part made. So we're actually going to get it.
Like the fact that the four of us,
I paid $69 fucking nice, right though?
Yeah,
nice. To go see these movies. The IMAX tickets are fucking expensive, dude.
Yeah,
we need to build things.
By the way, we're
out.
seeing Eternals here
for
Monday
$5.
Yeah,
okay, that's fair.
Yeah,
that's fair.
Yeah. Like I bought the tickets for you guys because like I wanted to see Dune in IMAX. Like that was my thing. So that's why I paid the extra money for it.
That's fair.
Yeah. Duncan, Idaho.
Great name. Fucking and House Atreides. The house whatever is fucking good. God, like the more I think about it, the more I'm like, it was a good movie. And then I think about all the shit that didn't happen. I'm like, why the fuck did I watch that movie?
You remember the guy grabbing?
Pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah, grabbing these nuts. You just said yeah.
Yeah.
You fucking
So anyway, yeah, Dune
I feel like a lot of people feel they feel kind of gaslit on the whole like Zendaya being a main character. Could you stop moving, Daniel?
Do something.
He's doing something. No, my thing is like movies as of late. The trailers have been fucking terrible for what the movie is. Because like I've said it before, the Sopranos movie, it did the same fucking thing. Like the marketing was way off the mark of what the movie was. Dune did the same thing of like, look at all this cool stuff. That's not what this movie is. But look at all this cool stuff.
I mean, the thing is like it is what this movie is. Like, hey, look at all this cool stuff, but you have to wait till the next movie to see it all.
Yeah, because there's a lot of flash forwards.
Yeah.
Anyway, I felt gaslit by Dune because they let you know right in the beginning. It says Dune.
Part 1, which is
and then right there, I'm like,
sign up for something. All right, we're committed.
Like at least when with it, we knew it was gonna be it because none of the adults were cast. So those who knew the book or watched the miniseries, like, okay, yeah. And then it shows at the very end, it chapter 1, and then fucking Dune.
It's fine. I mean, again,
we'll see what he does with part 2.
I'm not a fan of Timothée Chalamet, but I guess he was fair.
What the fuck is he in?
They want him to play young Willy Wonka.
He is playing young Willy Wonka.
Yeah,
they started production.
Yeah, oh yeah.
He's kind of like a Tom Holland. That's what he is. He's a new Tom Holland. He's the next same Tom Holland.
Teammated with.
He's the next young British actor that they're gonna cast and everything. It's gonna be like him and Tom Holland are the two.
He's not been in a lot as of late. Nothing that we would probably recognize as Americans. Yeah,
this is Twitter from 4 days ago. Let me see if I can find it. It's Dune. Dern Fliff. Dunenator. He's fucking insane. I love this man.
Again, I had a good time with him. He's a pretty good actor. But I wanted this to be part 2, basically. Yeah, so I will be going to see part 2.
Yeah, I'm feeling that.
Like the worms were cool. Mm-hmm. The lore drop was cool. If I understood most of it, I got really pissed off when she didn't get to ride a worm, but we found out they do ride worms in the end. It's fine. But yeah, I mean, I had a good time. I recommend seeing it. I'm going to recommend you go watch it. Just to watch it, but spend money to watch it too, so they actually make part 2. That'd be great because I really need part 2. But I will say it was one of Warner Brothers' bigger openings and the biggest IMAX opening for Warner Brothers in a long time, making $9 million. You're welcome for my $69. By
the way, here's Timothée Chalamet as Wonka.
See, I don't know if they'd actually gone.
Yeah, they actually started production.
Because I tuned out with it.
I have a feeling it's a prequel to probably Gene Wilder's Willy Wonka.
No,
they're doing their own thing
because
their own thing, Anthony.
It's going to be a prequel to because it has to.
That is the worst thing you could have said.
Why?
Because Johnny Depp doesn't need a prequel. We got his whole backstory.
I know, but they're going to.
He went to Lupaland.
That's what this one's going to be.
That's what this whole movie is.
That's what this whole movie's going to be. It's going to be like an Uncharted.
Him starting the Enterprise. Speaking of which, me and Anthony had a conversation about Uncharted. That trailer.
Didn't watch because I don't care.
I didn't care either, but
I haven't fully played the games, but I do find the casting strange.
Dune 2 Part 2 has not been greenlit yet.
Not yet. It will be. It will be because the director's going to, because they've made their money back.
Well, that was his quote. It's like, I would never agree if I could only make one. It would never work in one movie.
I mean, they're not going to. It's not like it's James Cameron where they greenlit 6 movies and he's going to allowed to do the production.
I'm going to do 7 avatars, but I need a 10-year break between each. Like, okay, whatever you want.
No, I need a 10-year break between the first 2, and then every 2 years.
Here's the thing: all the actors in there, like Timothée Chalamet, Zendaya, and anyone that lived. Right, they actually want to come back to do the second part as well. So there's a big push for Warner Brothers to actually do the second movie.
Yeah, that's true too.
Yeah,
but the casting I think is weird because Tom Holland's playing a character in a game that's looks older. Because I know he's in his 20s, but he just looks so fucking.
Tom Holland
like, they didn't make it. He has like no facial hair, so like you can't buy he's old.
Okay.
And then the old man who's like. The guy who helps overlook Nathan in the games is played by Mark Wahlberg, and I'm like,
what?
It's just it's such a weird casting archetype because he doesn't look old enough to be the age of the character, and Tom Holland looks way too fucking young for the. It's a weird look.
Maybe they'll fix it in post.
It looks like a lot of video game stuff, like stuff.
Wow! Jesus Christ, Jared, you just pull that one out of your ass. You just like. Real hot take coming in here from fucking Jokey Pants.
What I mean is like taking scenes directly from the first game and putting them in the movie.
Exactly.
Because like everything else has tried to do its own thing, but this one looks very much like here's something that was cool in the game. Let's put it in here. We'll see what they do. But I just want.
Here's the character that Tom Holland is playing.
Yeah, I see that as Nathan Fillion. Absolutely.
Yeah, the whole internet does, but he. The problem with Tom Holland, he doesn't have the thick ass neck.
He just looks really, really young no matter what.
Yeah, that's
like
why
if you made him grow a little bit of facial hair, probably could have sold him being a little bit older. He just looks like a baby.
Is what happened was because they did
good actor.
He's Spider-Man. Yeah. Which thank God we have a character when someone takes off his mask and says he's a kid, no older than my son. It's not a fucking 20-something-year-old man in the middle laying down. Fun fact, by the way, Andrew Garfield was older than Tobey Maguire in their first Spider-Man movies. Weird how he looks younger, though, isn't it?
Why do you always have to shit on Tobey Maguire?
I shit on Tobey Maguire Spider-Man because they treat him like a kid, and yet he looks older than his teacher. They all do. All the kids do. Why did they miss... Now, it's not that he's a bad Spider-Man. It's not that he was miscast as Spider-Man. The whole movie was miscast for the age.
They should have had Spider-Man as in like Spider-Man or like the Amazing Adventures of Spider-Man, right? Where he's like working for a newspaper and an adult.
Yeah, like
because he's an adult.
Yeah, like Spider-Man 3 Spider-Man. Great, fantastic.
Right? If they would have just done that.
Spider-Man 1 Spider-Man. This would be like fucking me being...
Instead, it's just Tobey Maguire playing a horny teenager. When it could just be Tobey Maguire being horny Tobey Maguire for Kristen Dunst.
And then the next... Anyway. In another world, we have fucking...
Andrew Garfield?
No, let's say Josh Brolin starting as Peter Parker. I'm just 16.
Da-da-da, da-da-da.
Ron Perlman is Harry Osborn, my dad's.
But then we get Timothée Chalamet is like Green he is Goblin. Dr. Connors. It is horribly get every age wrong.
Pamela Anderson is Gwen Stacy. Oh my gosh, Peter!
What's she been up to?
Peter Parker is a great porn name. Now that I'm thinking about it, I just want to point that out. Now that I've said it in context, Peter Parker. Come on, that's a fucking porn name.
Yeah, he parks Peter.
Huh.
So I also want to say real quick. For anybody, whether you're watching on YouTube, Twitch, whatever, or maybe you're just listening on a podcast platform, if you rate and comment, thank you, because Good Pods, we just made top 75 in indie comedy, which doesn't seem like much stuff. But for us, like, hey, that's huge. We made a fucking chart somewhere. We're in top 75 at number 73. Go us.
We're barely top 75, but we're top 75.
We're fucking top 75.
Yeah!
You broke it.
Okay. A lot of stuff.
It just broke it.
A lot of stuff happening.
Fucking concrete.
Yeah, it's no.
I mean, it's trash anyways. We're throwing this away. We threw away the other one. But I fixed it. It didn't break in like I broke in 2 pieces.
Okay, onward with the episode.
Yep.
Don't look under the bed.
Yeah.
Michael choice for the Oddtober End Out movie.
It turned out that finding Alien Resurrection for free
wasn't
online.
Well, it's not even just it wasn't like the other ones were all on YouTube, so it was easy for me to give it to everybody to watch. But Alien Resurrection, I didn't really have that as a choice. So I would have had to buy something and then share it with everybody, and it would have been more of a hassle. So I gave Michael free rein of a choice. I'm like, I made him suffer through bullshit. Right. Give him a choice.
Right. So I chose a classic.
I enjoyed it.
The first 30 minutes were so cringy and it was hard to get through. And so I thought,
as loud as possible.
Everyone here basically has a Disney Plus account in some aspect or form, right?
Yeah.
And what's the next cartoon brackets we're doing?
Disney.
So I thought this was a good kind of segue, leadway into those brackets. Growing up, me and Heather and Holly, we were never horror fans. And there were certain movies that stick with you emotionally from the time you see them to the time where you don't ever want to watch them again.
Yeah.
One of them was Can of Worms, which we passed on because
I want to cover that though. That looks interesting.
It's fucking buck wild, dude. Or Don't Look Under the Bed. And we chose Don't Look Under the Bed because that is the movie that turned Heather and myself and Holly as well. I don't want to speak for her, away from horror basically in general, because it scared the living shit out of us as children. For no reason, I want to say. Like, there were some terrifying parts, but it was fine. So Don't Look Under the Bed is a made-for-TV movie, psychological horror film directed by Kenneth Johnson. It was released October 9th, 1999 as part of the Disney Channel original movie, or DCOM, as we've talked about. Director Kenneth Johnson, best known for his work on The Bionic Man, The Incredible Hulk, and Alien Nation.
I'm sorry, The Incredible Hulk?
Yeah, the movie with the show with Lou Ferrigno.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
He did not a whole lot of stuff. In the late 90s, he did 1994's Baker Street, Sherlock Holmes Returns, where he worked with Anthony Higgins, and he did a bunch of Alien Nation Dark Horizon, Alien Nation Body and Soul. He did all that. In 1999, he also directed the movie Xenon Girl of the 21st Century, and that's basically the end of his directing credits. So, yeah. Movie stars Aaron Chambers, Eric Hodges, Rob Ricker, Steve Valentine, and Stephen Tobolowsky, the dad. Cool.
That's the guy who did my tattoo.
I was gonna ask you why you had that pulled up. Who asked for that tattoo?
Someone got a picture of Megan Fox burning her tongue from Jennifer's body.
It's fine.
It's hot.
Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah.
Did you guys when the father came up, do you know what he's really from? Do you know where you might know
I
him from?
recognize him
everywhere.
he's in something.
He's in everything. You guys ever watch Groundhog's Day?
Oh my god.
Phil Collins?
Pow! That's what it was.
Yeah. He's in everything. If you need a stereotypical like nerd with a weird voice, that's him.
Am I right or am I right?
Am I right?
Groundhog Day is one of my favorite movies.
It's a good fucking movie.
It's a good movie.
We could do a Groundhog's Day episode, and at the end of the episode, you just replay it back in like a 24-hour loop.
What we could also do, we'll do a Groundhog Day episode, and then every day that week,
release the Groundhog's Day episode.
We're gonna drive y'all insane.
I want to say something very right off the back. I know a lot of other podcasts and YouTube channels do DCOM reviews. I have purposely not listened or watched any of them because they do come up when you're searching for things. This is all original.
Oh yeah,
takes,
I never listened to fucking anything.
Like, see, I do. I listen to a podcast that specifically like does DCOM reviews, but they have not done this one, or I started listening later and it was in their backlog that I have not listened to. So,
I don't listen to podcasts.
You're the only one who records but doesn't listen.
It's true.
I might be getting into it.
No,
I've been stop watching some certain stuff. I've been readjusting what I wanted to do out. So I might start doing podcasts. Who knows? So don't look under the bed.
Yeah.
October 9th, 1999, in the height of spooky season, right before the turn of the century.
I'm going to say I didn't think it was scary, obviously, because I
didn't think it was scary this time either.
But from looking from an adult perspective, I can see why
I
can see
why Heather at 5 and me at 9 were terrified out of our fucking mind.
This movie has so many horror references just scattered throughout it. Where I was like, "Holy shit!" A kid would never pick up on that, but they'd be terrified of it. Like, damn.
Like the bees.
So it takes place in Middleburg.
Yes, Middleburg, and Center City. At the very end where the center's I love it so much. It's so fucking good. It's just like in Big Bad Beetleborgs where it's Urbana City. It's fucking urban city. Come on now. It's good.
It's very
good
clever.
Shit. Middleburg.
So the movie opens up, it's pitch dark.
Yep.
An alarm clock, like they go to the house that we're gonna be our main character.
Yep.
And the bell tower in the middle.
Yep.
Which That one I have questions.
It's fine.
What's coming up, but it's pitch dark, but it says it's almost 7 a.m. And my immediate note was like, but there's no sun.
We saw the boogeyman.
The boogeyman.
Yeah,
the glow behind the.
Yeah.
Yes.
My name is Frances Bacon.
Well, she didn't have a lisp.
She did in the very beginning. Because I know when I hear a lisp.
Okay,
so I have one. She had that lisp, or like that nerdy
she
kid.
Got rid of it real quick.
It was like they did like the first recording where it was like that. Where's it good? You know the babysitter in The Incredibles?
Yes.
Yeah.
That kind of lisp.
Yes. Okay.
Like
okay.
It's like they did that for like a test recording, and then they got rid of it because
it just never edited it.
I want to let you know that she was 20 at the time of recording this, and we'll get into further later on the line.
Does she have a nutrient deficiency?
No. Disney Channel's really good at casting people like this. We'll get into some details later. It's fine.
But yeah, then everybody is getting up, going to breakfast because the alarms are going off
at 7:30.
Yeah,
I thought the alarms went off at 6:30, but everyone's finally getting up at 7-ish.
Yeah, it's like 7:30 when everybody's
pitch
downstairs,
black.
But...
It's fine.
Yeah.
I didn't believe you.
What?
You
didn't believe this?
Oh, no,
yeah, no,
1979.
Loves doing that.
1979.
I want to look at everything.
I literally just fucking pulled it up, asshole.
Look at how long Zac Efron was in high school.
Yeah.
They're really good at picking people out that they want to use for things like that.
The brother from Hannah Montana was 34 the entire way through.
Yeah.
Shit, like.
Anyways, please.
Yeah. So they all come downstairs. They're getting breakfast.
It's why I could never be cast in a Disney movie. I don't have a face
You could be the dad.
Anyway, go ahead. It's
then,
pitch black out. There must be a storm front or something moving.
Not
in, the mother says.
Not according to the barometer.
Yeah, the dad's a real fucking nerd, guys. Just buckle up, because holy fuck.
He's a doctor.
No, he's not.
He's a PhD.
Doesn't mean he's a doctor.
So I had a note here of when the dad says he'll go check the time.
Yeah.
Of who the fuck sets a clock by the Naval Observatory website? As he goes, let me go check the Naval Observatory
I don't know.
website.
Okay, so
and I'll go check all what's going on.
So here's the thing. And this is going to be my defense. Again, you have to remember this movie is from 1999. Yeah. What happens in 3 months?
9/11.
It's Y2K.
Wow.
Jesus Christ. It's the year 2000. It's Y2K.
It came out in October 1999.
I have to go back in time.
No.
Continuing on.
Yeah, Y2K. Yeah, makes
Y2K.
Sense.
So, of course, their analog clocks are going to be set to the most specific time that they can, which is the Naval Observatory.
Yeah, like our phones have satellite shit like that. Like, no, you had to manually adjust your clocks.
Right.
What's a satellite?
I'm gonna unplug your computer so it shuts off again.
Let's continue, shall we?
The Komodos are gone now, though.
So they find out that the clocks are actually wrong.
It's 4:30.
It's 4:30 in the fucking morning, and they can all go back to bed for about 2.5 hours.
I would not be able to go back.
Here's the thing: they basically tell the son to. This movie goes to some dark places, and it's real fucking weird.
Yeah, it gets weirdly dark.
Weirdly dark.
Yeah.
Disney has a thing about doing that with kids and cancer, but we'll get to it. They're talking to the son, who's a ne'er-do-well miscreant, apparently, because he's in high school. So obviously,
I do not do things
right. And so they basically make him take out the trash. And because it's 4:30, he doesn't take out the trash. He just puts the trash on the table in front of the sister. And it was like, I'm going back to bed. Fuck off! What the hell?
Yeah. Well, you can
really weird
Are you
sequence
trying to eat
events.
some cereal? Here's some fucking garbage.
It just. I don't like Frances.
Yeah.
Her character pisses me off.
To me, her acting is very bland to me. Compared, because like Larry is energetic, but he's supposed to be. We'll get to him.
She's very
everyone
bland
else
character.
plays their part, but she's just very.
That's what she's
bland.
supposed to
she's
be.
supposed to be. And I just
Also, again, it's
real
1999 Disney. You guys have to give credit.
she was
you have
20.
to give. You
She
have.
has no credit.
Doesn't matter. You have to give leeway. You have to understand what acting in 1999 for the Disney Channel was. It was this.
She's 20.
To Disney's credit, though, both parents are alive,
Yeah, that is
Yeah.
true. They didn't kill the mom or the dad.
but they're fucking annoying, and I hate them both.
They're annoying in different ways,
Yes.
which is amazing.
so
I don't know what the mom does. She's some sort of spiritual healer or something.
Did you love that the stereotypical parents are swapped?
Yes.
The dad's more of a mom and the mom's more of a dad.
Oh, it wasn't.
I did enjoy that part though.
It's
That
not
had
even.
some fun
It's not.
moments.
It's not even that. They are trying to be hip and forward-thinking parents. They're not the fuddy-duddies that are just going to accuse children of doing things. They're just going to.
Well, I mean, like
They want to be-
the hints
want to
throughout
be
the whole movie
supportive.
of like normally.
Oh yeah, the dad likes to do the
Normally,
housework.
Yeah, normally in the movies, like it's always
Yeah.
the mom's like stay-at-home mom, whatever. But like this time, it's for what like reverse. Even though the dad, we'll get
You-
to
you
it, has
mean-
this thing going on.
you-
He doesn't have to be.
You mean
very
it's like
much.
very forward thinking? Like people don't just
No, but I mean, like I get that, but like they just reversed it completely instead of just making them both.
You
like,
need to
know,
watch more Disney, dude.
I don't watch a lot of Disney.
Dude,
Yeah, we
things have
know.
been woke forever. I don't. People like go woke, get broke. Things have
Yeah.
always been woke.
Yeah, I know. I'm not saying that. I'm just.
Yep.
I think
Anyway.
it could have been a bit more equal. But anyway,
Yep. So it's the next morning, and we find out that it's the same morning,
All
just a
the
little bit
dogs.
later. All the
all the fucking dogs get put on roofs.
so good.
Which I like that because it was her idea.
Yeah.
It's
was.
so good. Frances is walking out of her house to meet her best friend
Joe.
Joanne. Joanne and her brother rides past on a bike, and
So what's your brother doing?
and Joanne has a super crush on Bert. I don't know what his
Oh
full
my
Yeah,
name
Bert.
is. Is it
It's
Bert?
Albert, but
It's
everyone
Bert.
calls him Bert.
Bert.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thought of this.
Yeah.
Anthony, do you prefer this main girl or Bella from Twilight or whatever?
I've
her
never
name
seen
is?
Twilight.
You're lucky then. They're okay. Never mind then.
Why? We have November Twilight coming up, so we're gonna watch all the Twilight movies in November.
Did we didn't commit to that.
Hey, Jared, me and
Oh,
Anthony.
being a thing.
Hey, Jared, me and Anthony have been conspiring behind your back. We can't wait for musical March.
I will not be here in March.
Yes, you will be,
I will be
and you'll
dead.
be watching.
I'm
all
coming.
the
I'm coming back from my paternity leave. We're doing musical.
musical March.
Kill myself.
We're gonna
On
watch
air.
Les Mis, West Side Story,
I can't wait to be an asshole during
West
all
Side
of this.
Story. What's the other one we said? Not the last one.
Yeah, the last one was
Les Mis, West Side Story. I feel like there was another.
I only
big one.
remember one.
For those of you at home, I hate musicals.
West Side
if you're new
Story.
to the show, they're doing this to be. I hate
There's
this.
another. Hang on.
I didn't agree
Hang
to
on.
this, so everyone's aware.
Hang on. There's another one that was recently. We can do In the Heights. We'll figure out something, and then we'll do Little Shop of Horrors.
the only one in there I like is Little Shop of Horrors.
Yeah,
The
we
rest of
know.
Those I
Fantastic.
hate.
We're aware.
No.
Steve Martin.
Oh, it was. Oh, fuck! And it just left my head again. Oh, it was Grease. We're gonna do Grease.
That movie's bad.
Yes, we should watch Grease 2. It's even worse.
Let's watch Grease 2.
Grease
I've never
2 is
seen that
even
one.
worse.
Baking Grease.
Ah.
Anyway,
Anyway,
all the dogs are on the roof.
all the dogs are on the roof, but we did see the boogeyman cut open with his knife finger, the
Yeah.
bag of dog treats, which is really fucking. You
Um,
can understand why me and Heather were terrified of this movie, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
For finger hygiene.
Yeah. And so they get to there's dogs on the roof. What the fuck is the dog doing on the roof?
Scientific Francis Bacon.
There has to be a logical explanation
Yeah.
for it. Everything has to have a logical
Has to.
explanation. They get to school and there's a weird dude just staring at her and Joe from across the yard or the court, the square.
Why do you think that guy's staring at us?
Right? And he's a pretty good looking guy too. He's a very handsome man.
And the bio teacher loves his car.
Yeah,
that comes up at this point.
Yes, because he gets
Hi, Teach. He really likes me.
Yeah, it was real fucking creepy. The biology teacher. It was real creepy. Also, Joe doesn't see the dude that she's talking about, so he's just gone. But you know, it happens. People leave. You know, it's a big square. It's definitely not going to be important later.
But he was just right there.
So they are sitting in biology class now.
Learning about eggs.
Learning about eggs and ovums. And the egg has 3 protective layers. When I think she's taking notes.
She's talking with people.
She's talking with notes.
She's turned around talking with someone.
And what she's doing is
clearly disrupting class.
She's compiling a list of everyone's that had issues with their clocks being set forward. And the teacher goes like, "Do you want to join us, Miss Baker or Francis or whatever?" And she goes, "Oh no, I'm sorry. I was just like, did you have your clock set 2 hours ahead as well?" And she goes, "Yeah." I was like, "Well, I'm just compiling a list to see if
I have everyone's names and addresses
to see if this is a more localized area or if it happened like just sporadically." Can I see that for a second? Yeah, I mean, so she hands it over.
Mm-hmm.
The fool. Yeah. The fool.
Never. Don't trust your teachers, especially science teachers.
Especially science teachers that have a hard on for their car.
Paul, I'll agree with you. Little Shop of Horrors, okay. The rest of them.
The big green mother from outer space.
We'll watch the bad ending too.
Ooh, the black and white one.
Yep.
Why do you guys hate me? Why do you?
The bad ending's the good one.
The bad ending's the good ending.
I mean, why is a musical march? Why do you really just want? Would you really hate me that much? Would do a musical march?
Primal Force.
Jared.
Moto. Island of Dr.
Jared,
Moreau.
I had to sit through 4 horror movies for someone who doesn't like horror. You're going to return the favor.
You didn't have
Twilight.
To.
No, Twilight or
I
musicals,
did.
Jared.
Well, debatable.
Twilight or musicals.
I'd rather sit Twilight.
All right, we're doing Twilight February then.
Perfect for
musicals are going to come up regardless. I know you guys.
Yes, they are.
Every fucking
organically. We are going to watch all the musicals. We're going to culturize you piece of shit.
We took Jared to sushi, and he likes sushi.
I feel like I'm going to be disappearing. So anyway, using the town's eggs and pelt the cars, what happens after?
Not the town's eggs. It's
it's everyone's eggs.
Because they had it's 24 eggs missing.
Yeah, but everyone had eggs missing too.
Did you see how many fucking eggs around?
Yeah, it also
is the whole town.
There is also people talking about how they didn't have eggs this morning.
I missed that.
Yeah, it was in the background.
Yeah, when it pans up to the roof.
That's why we were talking about eggs.
I was panicking, because I realized at 3:00, I forgot about watching this. So I finished this movie at 4:35. So I was like, because also I had a lot of work to do, so I'm like frantically like, work. Okay, paying attention. Skip 10 seconds. Okay, work.
It's fine. It's fine. So the car gets egged, and the teacher comes out and drives home in his egged car, and his dog is also on the roof. This guy's just having a shit day.
Yeah.
The dog jumps on him. It's kind of funny.
Oh no! Don't jump on me.
I feel like the teacher was Robert Wool, but I don't think so. Kind of looked like Robert Wool, didn't it?
I don't know who Robert Wool is.
Yeah, I can't think of it off the top of my head.
It's fine. So what happens next, Jared?
Oh, sorry. Where did we leave off at?
The guy drives home and his dog jumps on him.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Well, you're forgetting something. Francis, she sees a mysterious young man.
Oh, in the biology lab behind the cadaver.
Yes. There's also a creep. I have note of that creeper dog. Creeper guy has creeper dog with sunglasses on roof watching.
Oh, that was adorable! It was so cute. He was like petting the dog. Oh, it's adorable. I loved it.
Oh yeah, and then that's when she has the whole confrontation.
Are you following me?
Yeah, Joe doesn't see him at all, and it's confusing the hell out of Francis.
You.
You
can see me? Yeah, I can see you. And then he runs away, or he bus swipe,
which is great. You know,
love a good
Harry Osborn does the same thing as Spider-Man 3.
Love a good bus swipe.
Pie's so good.
Love a good bus swipe.
So
he's gone, and she's like, "Am I going crazy?"
So this movie is about a girl with schizophrenia,
basically.
Correct?
Yeah.
Now it is. That's what her parents probably think.
What Dad thinks.
Yeah, that happens. It talks about he doesn't understand why he can see her, and then he disappears.
Yep.
And then it goes into her monologuing about what's happening, and they just kind of montage.
Oh, the bees.
Yeah, there's bees in the principal's office.
The flowers.
The pool gets full of
gelatin.
Yeah. Which, by the way,
it's funny. That one lady's in the light. Grab this!
Suffocating in a Jello pool, and also, how did you not see
the Jello?
The pool was full of red fucking Jello.
Well, it wasn't when we panned down or panned up.
Yeah.
I just also want to say that's not how Jello works.
Yeah,
you gotta cook Jello.
I know. The flowers that say Joe Hart's Bert in the morning, and it's and she promised her friend she wouldn't tell him that Joe has a crush on Bert.
Because kind of. God, I'm so glad none of my friends.
Because she's still in 8th grade, and Frances skipped a year, so she's now a freshman in high school.
I fucking hate that shit.
I hate that.
My note was Boogeyman is a dick to Yard and friend Joe. We haven't got to the Boogeyman part yet, but I kind of think that's where it's gonna go. But they plant the flowers to Joe plus hurts her brother, whatever, in it. Yeah, he's just a dick. So she loses her best friend.
Basically, you promised you wouldn't tell anyone, and I didn't do this. So she storms away.
Yeah, I'm thoroughly impressed that people believe that one girl is doing all of this.
Absolutely. An 8th grader, mind you, technically.
Yeah. Then there's a teacher meeting thing about hey, what's been going on, whatever.
Yeah.
At which point I say the bio teacher doesn't understand savings time.
No. No. Okay. So this movie has
spring forward and bounce back. She's like, no, it's
no. He says
no.
He says
I know which way.
He says fall back, spring forward. She knows spring back, fall forward. The guidance counselor, the
fucking hippie,
which is one thing I hate about movies with guidance counselors. You guys had guidance counselors at your school, I assume, right? They never did this kind of thing, right?
Get your head out of the gutter.
What are you talking about?
Exactly. They didn't go to your house and have dinner, and they didn't actually do a whole lot.
My guidance counselor didn't know I had 2 middle names until my senior year.
My guidance counselor didn't do shit for shit. The only time I ever interacted with a guidance counselor is when I wanted to take 2 hours of band, and so we had to redo my schedule. That's the only time.
Jared's guidance counselor wanted to fuck his uncle.
That's fine.
She talked to me a lot.
Yeah, she wanted to get into your uncle's pants.
So they're having a meeting about what's the fuck's going on, and then my car was egged, and then there's bees on every locker except for one person, and it's actually a bee on the inside, so everyone thinks that she did it. And
we forgot about the lunchroom scene. Where's that coming up?
Which lunchroom scene?
No, that's coming
up. That's coming up. Yeah,
okay, that's
because this is where she meets Larry.
Larry Houdini.
Larry, and is like, why did you run away from me? I was like, well, I didn't know you could see me.
Yeah,
so
I had to. He's wearing a suit.
Yeah. I had to reevaluate and left, and now I'm back. And now that I know you can see me, you're the only one that can see me. And then this is where, and then they're like, no, everyone can see you. And they're talking like, who the fuck are you talking to? And then in the lunchroom scene happens where can anybody see this dude right here? Can anybody see this dude? And no one can see that dude. So she's just making a scene in the lunchroom.
Whatever.
Uh-huh.
He makes a big scene. Or sorry, she makes a big scene.
Yep.
Nobody can see him.
No, and she he straight up tells her nobody can see me. Nobody but you.
Yeah, so she looks like a loony.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. In the middle of lunch.
What are you guys? Can't you guys see Larry Houdini?
Yeah.
Ha ha ha! They all laugh. People wouldn't laugh at her.
No.
They would all just be like,
she had school counselor because they have to talk to her about this shit going on.
Yep.
Which I put school counselor sucks at job.
Your middle name is Bacon, right?
Yeah.
With a B.
No, with a D. Fucking dumbass.
Well, she says something very similar.
Yeah, she's not good at her job.
No, she's terrible at her job.
Who's mine?
Okay. I was like,
Jesus Christ, Anthony.
Well, I didn't fucking see you bring your keys down. I'm like, whose keys are in my house?
So anyway, so the school counselor sucks. Then they do the whole fucking like we're gonna have to do like a dinner at your house. Well, like parents have like a big discussion when she gets.
Oh,
home.
there's
something
way more before that.
Oh yeah, well yeah, she chases Larry and then that
into the band room and he makes an ass of himself playing the drums and like saxophone and people are like, she's just crazy.
Yeah.
So like,
at this point, everyone's like, oh, she's crazy. Like
they don't set up the meeting yet. They ask her if she's feeling okay. She's like, yeah. They ask her if she wants to lay down. She goes, sure. So she lays down on a bench with her cloth over her eyes where they call the parents in and they start discussing things. And they're like,
Krueger reference on
this is where it gets dark.
Creepy.
So dark, so quick.
So dark.
It hits that horror spot real quick.
What are you talking about? No, it doesn't. This just gets dark. It gets fucking grim dark.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are you talking about?
There's a Freddy Krueger reference.
No!
Yeah, there is.
Yeah, there might be, but that's not what I'm talking about.
That's what I'm talking about.
I'm talking about when they're in the fucking guidance counselor's office. When the guidance counselor goes, oh, so I see your youngest had fucking leukemia.
Which is bone cancer for everyone who's listening.
And that your
I don't have any notes about it.
And then your child gave up bone marrow to help, like...
your son live,
and so we think she has like survivor's remorse or guilt of something.
That's
and
what
so
it was.
they're like,
counselor sucks the job.
And so they're like, well, no, it was our son that donated, and we're like, well, it's still a viable theory. You know, she might have survivor's guilt because she couldn't help. Put a pin in that.
Yeah, that's fair.
You skip the whole. How did you not write down bone cancer?
Bone cancer, child bone cancer.
Yeah, no, I stopped taking notes at certain points because I was just more watching it.
That's fine. It wasn't a bad movie.
No, it was.
Like this is where I'm like, okay, it stopped being annoying and cringy, and this is where it started getting like better
because it was like the thread that you could pull before unraveling it.
Yes,
it was.
So it
was well put.
They all go home, and she's like,
thread unraveled.
She's like, we have another interaction with Larry where we learn it's Larry Houdini.
Yep.
And that he's an imaginary friend, and he's here because and he's here because the guy in his head told him to be here because apparently Francis is going to need help with something. Cool.
Yeah.
And so they're shooting hoops and everything, and the kids can all see him as long as you believe in imaginary friends and stuff like that. The kids can all see you. And so, but why can Francis see him? Again, because the guy in his head. It's a real good way to reference God without referencing God, by the way, too.
Yeah, I thought that too.
The guy in his head is telling him to be here to help Francis with her boogie problem because it's obviously the boogeyman, right? So Larry asks, like, do you have a library card? Well, yeah. So they go to the library. And they're like scouting out the books, and there's kids watching story time, and Larry's interacting with them, and it's a lot of fun.
Gotta clap your hands if you believe in fairies. We're reading Peter Pan.
Clap your hands if you believe in Larry, and everyone's clapping their hands. The librarian just shh.
Oh yeah,
so eventually they're like, well, we got to find what book are you looking for? There's a card catalog. He's like, I don't know what book I'm looking for. There's the guy in my head says I need a book. I'm gonna go till I find a book, and then they fucking grab the book. And it's
the Book of Boogie.
The Book of Boogie.
But it's like La Libra de Boogie.
Yeah, yes, that's exactly it was, which is fucking good actually. Yeah. Really good use of Spanish. And so they're like, well, read the dedication page to Larry from Guy in Head. So fucking good. I love shit like that. But it's the Book of Boogie. 50 ways to kill your boogie, how to trap a boogie, what is a boogie. If we had a thermonuclear detonator, this boogie wouldn't stand a chance. Fucking,
I like how
nuke.
I put joking about nuking a small town.
So good. Yeah, it's so good.
I also like how as it gets later talked about how they can't really die.
Yeah,
but you can fucking nuke one.
You can nuke one. You can age them too. You can age them to death, basically.
Yeah. Just such a weird way to die.
It's a horrible way to die.
So this is where she gets scratched, right? Is this where she gets scratched? Yes. She gets scratched here, and we see his nails are getting longer and whatever. And
that doesn't happen until
that's not till later.
Oh, okay. So this is where So this is not where. This is where we are in her room, And the youngest brother who had the leukemia was recovering. It's like they're having a conversation because Darwin. There's a book that she's reading and she's just looking at it. And then we cut away to his room, basically, and his light is a cowboy, which is what Larry was just wearing. So we get the fact that Larry is Darwin's imaginary friend.
Well, I don't know why he
can't see me anymore. And then Francis goes, because I told him he had to grow up because we need to believe in doctors and shit like that. And
he had cancer.
Yeah. And this is where Larry...
You have cancer!
This is where where it starts getting scary. Like, Larry's eyes glow purple and gets real up in Francis's face. Be like, it's you! You're the fucking reason that she doesn't believe in me. It's all your fault! Yeah.
Yeah, I had being a dick to Larry.
It's really...
Yeah.
Living like Larry.
Yep.
So, then they go, I'll go to sleep. Yep. It's just one of those things, like, I guess I'll deal with that tomorrow.
Yep.
But then they wake up because there's noise on the roof, but we get, like, the purple mist scene.
Yeah, under her bed.
Under
it was really cool, actually, because it just, like, all at once just...
That one...
Yeah. Purple.
Horror kind of reference thing, I would say, like, a Dracula thing, because he's turning into mist, going out the window, doing whatever, which is something.
I thought it came more to Poltergeist.
That too, because there's more Poltergeist references later on.
There is.
So, they all go outside. There's Christmas lights being put on the roof, and Larry's like, "I'm gonna go out and check it out." She's like, "But Francis is like, there's a ladder in the garage.
Grab the fucking ladder." And he's already on there. The man can teleport.
This is a fourth dimensional.
This is where we get to see the boogeyman.
Oh, I put bold fucking
for the first time. It is terrifying.
Scariest fucking child movie boogeyman.
Oh, yeah, right?
Good God. They
went fucking hard.
Is that like the Oogie Boogeyman?
No.
They went like hard on a
He's
boogeyman.
like fucking Nosferatu.
Yes.
Full fucking ghetto.
Now, here's the thing, listeners. The guy who plays the boogeyman, when you realize who else he plays later on for Disney, it takes all the scariness away. Now, I don't know, a lot of you probably watch Disney Channel, but
I don't really know.
The Wizards of Waverly Place had a movie as their finale, right? The Wizards of Waverly Place, the movie.
Yeah,
he plays a man with a parrot. He plays the man with the parrot in the movie. And so he's just a fucking dweeby nerd the entire way through. And once you realize that's him, takes all the scariness out of it. But it's fucking terrifying, right?
Oh, yeah, no, this is a terrifying
Holy
boogeyman for a kid's movie.
Like, this is where all the production went into, not casting, his fucking makeup.
Oh my God, you know what this guy, he was also in?
What?
Spider-Man 3. He's a photographer.
Yes.
How many times can we reference Spider-Man 3 in this episode?
Quite a few, actually.
It's fine. We always get coincidences like that.
Small world.
Anyway,
the 7 worlds of Odd, or the 7, or
7 degrees of Oddcast.
7 degrees of Oddcast Network.
He's in Mars Attacks too.
So
he's in Mars Attacks.
Caught red-handed. They catch Boogeyman.
Yeah,
but then
Larry catches.
Larry catches.
Francis didn't see him on the roof though. Francis did not see
the
Boogeyman. It's actually a really good fucking.
Yeah, this movie
good writing actually
put together.
It is like the last time Disney will do this good.
It's not like that Dove Cameron snowboarding movie.
No, it is not like Cloud9. That is fucking garbage.
So anyway,
she has to do the Cloud9 to win. The Cloud9's an extremely lucrative move that's really hard to pull off. And the one dude got hurt doing it, but he knows that if he trains her, she can do it. And so that's the whole fucking movie. And at the end, she fucking pulls off the Cloud9 and wins.
It's also
summarize the whole fucking movie for you.
Because whenever she's snowboarding, it's clearly someone else.
It is someone else.
Goggles, a hat.
It's a good movie.
Referencing Blaze of Glory with the Iron Lotus.
Yes. Oh, there we go. I was trying to figure it out.
I got that reference.
Okay.
We watched that movie. I haven't watched that movie in so long. It aged. Don't want to close my eyes.
I watched it recently. I still find it
funny. It's so good.
In the Bible about two men ice skating together.
Does that look right to you? It's 2 hot dogs in a fucking bun.
I'll be honest. After I saw that movie, I did that. I put 2 hot dogs in a bun and I ate it. I'm like, you know what?
God, I love that movie.
It's a little too much meat, but it works out kind of.
I'm not here to sign up the team of Michaels or McElroy. I'm here to sign up the team of Michaels and McElroy.
Will Ferrell watch?
Oh God!
Oh, no. I would gladly do.
It depends on what we're watching because I wouldn't want to. I want to do the lesser ones. So I want to do Blades of Glory. The one with the basketball.
Semi-Pro?
Semi-Pro.
Which is a great movie. I call that movie.
We watched Talladega Nights, and we need one other one.
Oh, yeah. You want a good one or a bad one?
Bad one.
Get Hard.
Ooh.
Nope. What's the one where he has to sell all his shit, and he's friends with a little black
Everything
kid?
Must Go.
Everything Must Go. We watched those 4.
Ooh,
It's a bad run.
We should do that. We should take
You know what? I
4
can't say
bad
that.
movies.
I enjoy all of those except Everything Must Go.
Everything
That was
Must Go
just
hurts.
satisfying.
It hurts.
We could watch that one. We watched Fun with Dick and Jane, which I know
I
Jim
fucking
Carrey,
love
but-
Wick fucking Dick. Oh my! We should do a
movie
Jim
makes
Carrey.
no sense
We
to the
should
name,
do-
but God, is it fun?
We should do a fucking Jim Carrey one. We could start off with what's the one where his first acting role, where he becomes a vampire.
Oh, no.
What's it fucking called?
The only one I can think of is the Nicolas Cage one. I
Nope.
can't think of one with Jim Carrey.
Nope.
Once Bitten?
Yes,
Is
that
the
yes,
one
it is.
with-
It's
Okay.
Once Bitten. Holy shit! You pulled that one out of your ass. Yeah, we started there. We just worked through a Jim Carrey log.
I'm down for all this.
We don't do the Mask. We don't do Liar Liar. We don't do the big ones. We do
Ace Ventura.
We don't do. Yeah, we do the ones that like he was in, but was. We don't do Dumb and Dumber either. We do Dumb and Dumber 2. Yeah, but what we got?
Ooh.
Fun with Dick and Jane would be great.
What about?
No, I don't want to do Internals.
No, I'm trying to think of what's it called. I just it's Incredible Burt Wonderson.
Oh my God, we can watch The Incredible. We can do Steve Carell.
I love you, Philip Morris.
Oh, I love you, Philip Morris.
I've seen that movie a few times, and that movie has some of the funniest inside jokes I have with Johnny O and Johnny.
No, we're not doing to do a series of unfortunate events. I don't want to do Bruce Almighty.
Me, myself, and Irene.
We would have to do. Oh my God,
Man
yeah,
on
we
the
would
Moon.
do. Me, myself, and Irene.
They've brought this up, so I'll put this out there for some friends I know listen to the show. There's a joke in I Love You, Philip Morris, where they're in the prison, and there's one of the dudes they have like guard for them, and he tells them like, "My motherfucking word is my motherfucking bond," and you're like, okay. Later on in the night, the guards go up like, "Shut that fucking music up." He's like, "My motherfucking word," and you hear like the guards running in, and just this dude, like, "My motherfucking word is my motherfucking bond," and you just see more guards running to his room. It's so good.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
no, this
Larry
is a
gets
scary ass fucking boogeyman.
Yes,
Larry, like, we know there's Christmas lights on the wall, and so Francis went to get the ladder,
which I don't know why
she's
that would make you immediately look
oh
guilty.
my God, well, here's the thing.
It does.
That's what I love about this movie is it makes her look so guilty,
Yeah.
so beautifully.
Like from everyone else's perspective, you're like,
she's a fucking nutcase. Of course she's doing this.
She's clearly schizophrenic. I mean, she's seeing other people.
Yeah,
doing weird things. So the lights come on.
No,
The boogie.
No.
Larry gets dropped off. He's hung on the
Larry
light.
gets dropped. She throws the ladder through the parents' windows.
There we
They
go.
wake
The
up,
parents wake up.
and then as soon as they come out, she's putting the ladder basically right, and the lights come on, and she steps back, and then the parents walk out, and
the whole city loses power.
Whole city loses power except for their house.
I want to point out a detail.
Yeah.
That I hate that the parents don't notice. She's holding the extension cord in her hand. Like
Yes.
you see the plug, like not plugged in, but the
Yes.
lights are on.
Yes.
Fun little detail. Anyway,
so
cartoon style news is the next note I have.
Oh, God,
Because the next morning it's
Is that
immediate
like,
out of a
they are
cartoon. They're
all-
everywhere. Choppers, news crews, everybody
He
in the
gets his
neighborhood.
paper.
he answers the phone. Well, if you want to know so much about our family, visit our website. Very productive for 1999.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right before Y2K. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
We're gonna go on
Fair.
we're gonna go on a family trip.
Drive. I have a chronic case of I don't want to or whatever. The brother's so fucking good. So understated in this movie. And she's like, I don't want to go either.
And you can kind of see why they're like, yeah, we kind of have to let the older brother just get away with whatever he wants because he did.
Yeah, he has a free pass of everything because
Yeah.
he's the one that saved our youngest child.
Yeah, so like he gets a pass, and we don't want to.
I didn't really think about that, but that's fucking grimdark now that you bring it up.
Yeah.
Ooh, wow. Yep.
I think that's why they're so like relaxing as parents because
Yes.
like leukemia in your youngest will make you realize, oh yeah, we should just cherish our kids and not be asked.
Oh, that's exactly what it was. And then, but like, we'll get to it at the end where they're like, where they forced the two oldest to grow up really quick because of the kid having cancer. It's a really well stated movie. The acting, like, if they were to remake, and I'm sure they're going to remake this because they just did Under Wraps, which means this is the next Halloween movie that they're going to probably remake next year. I think better acting, because kids are better actors now than they were in 1999. I know this for a fucking fact. I think this would be a really good remake. It has really good potential to be a really good remake.
Brightburn has a child actor, and he's very good in it.
That's fair.
Yeah, there's
I did enjoy that one. As much as it got shitted on, I did enjoy that.
Yeah, there's a bunch of... and so anyway...
I want them to make more.
So the next scene we really see is her sitting on the stoop, just thinking.
Yeah, parents go to work.
Parents go on a drive. With the child. I think the two boys actually go with them.
Yeah.
I think the oldest, everyone but her, which is because fine.
She's like grounded or whatever.
She doesn't want to go.
She doesn't want to go, and then they can't force her.
Yeah.
And so then Larry shows up again with the Book of Boogie. Where the fuck did you go? Oh, I got the fuck out of there. Obviously, I didn't want to be trapped by the boogeyman.
I thought you got hurt.
No, we can't get hurt.
You can't die? Never said I could.
I never asked.
Yeah.
That's what I never asked. And that is such a good fucking line. Yeah. No, never asked.
So then they bring up Boogie. She's asking him like where they come from, blah, blah. And there's they allude to, have you ever scorned an imaginary friend?
Yeah, have you ever had
boogeymen usually only target people who
have you ever had an imaginary friend? No. Obviously she's lying. Yeah. The audience know. I was like, well, I don't know. Maybe you just did something to piss it off and it's after you. Yeah. But look, I found this invention in here.
Oh, yeah. Overly complicated explanation of device for children.
What I love about it is, like, it doesn't make any sense if you think about it logically. Like, this wouldn't make any sense to parents. But what it does, you basically hook these jumper cables up to it and it drains the fucking youth out of the fucking boogeyman. I fucking love the explanation. I'm like, no, it totally fucking makes sense if you don't think about it.
It's like what a kid would think of.
Yeah, it's exactly what it is.
It is.
It's a bunch of gobbledygook that you throw together to help fight the boogeyman.
Of course, if you take a clock, attach it to a battery, plug it in with jumper cables, of course, that would age something up.
I do like that they keep referencing, like, if you pull the covers over your head, the boogeyman can't get you. I love that they keep going back to that. It's so good. Because let me tell you something. As a child, I learned to sleep with covers over my head. Yep. What you got next? Because we're not on Boogie Hash yet.
Damn, mom joke.
This,
my next one.
This is where they, she gets scratched here, and he's like, I used to bite my nails all the time, and now I don't. And that's why they grow really long. So it's here we realize, like, oh, boogeymen are imaginary friends that have been forgotten.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which is
it's
so good.
It's so good.
They elaborate on this later. It's not that they're forgotten. It's if
they stop believing before their time. Right?
Yes. If the kid disowns a imaginary friend before they're actually grown up,
before they're ready,
basically fucks up their life cycle.
Yes.
Become a boogeyman.
Yeah. Did you now? Not to get off topic. I mean, kind of off topic. Did you guys have imaginary friends growing up?
No.
Yeah.
I didn't either.
No.
I tried to. I wanted to, but I just couldn't do it.
Let me ask you something. Jared, do you have an internal monologue?
What do you mean?
When you read and think to yourself, can you make different voices in your head and shit like that?
Yeah.
Can you?
Yeah.
There are people that can't.
Oh.
There are people that do not have internal monologues.
I've always thought that was just the thing.
No, they've done studies. There are people that don't. Like as a child, I had a very, 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 very vivid internal monologue. So like I didn't have imaginary friends in that aspect, but I had a vivid imagination with my internal monologue. So I would make scenarios in my head. Yeah. So like that's what I'm talking about. So like in that aspect, yes, there are people that cannot do that. And it blows my fucking mind when I hear that. Because they're like, see, so like when you read it in your head, right? And the words are there. That's not how people without an internal monologue do it. I don't understand how they do it. They're like, oh, it just forms the sentence and I understand what the word is. I read it in my head.
Yeah.
Yes. So there are people that don't have. I know. I know someone like that. He was my best friend growing up through high school. Yeah. I got that peach and sentiment going. And he didn't have an internal monologue, and I didn't understand how he didn't have an internal monologue. However, if you don't have an internal monologue, you're much better at meditation and shit like that. because you can focus without having a bunch of voices in your fucking head.
See, the thing is, over my years, because I do have the internal monologue, I've learned how to shut it off.
I haven't.
It's so great just to be able to click the brain off.
Oh, I can. I guess I can do that too. But I just
that's why I can go to sleep so quickly.
I fucking can't,
because I lay down
that's I have.
All right, time to shut down. I haven't
figured that out. But what it did do,
you are literally a robot.
Yes,
I'm
the worst kind of robot.
I have tried to do meditation and shit to do that, and I just can't because I can't. For me, in high. Fun fact about Mike time. Woohoo! In high school.
It's Michael. History time.
In high school, there was a period of time where me and a bunch of friends were focusing on psychic powers and chi powers and shit like that.
we all go through that phase.
Right. It was really weird. And it was called Vox, and Vox is voice. And so you use your voice internally to so it's you read, they have books and stuff how to visualize for meditation. You visualize a chalkboard, and on that chalkboard you start writing words down. Or you visualize a sunset and you watch the sunset. I can't fucking do that.
No,
my internal monologue does not fucking focus enough.
No, I can do that. My one weakness is my anxiety.
Yeah,
if I'm too anxious, I can't do it.
That's fair.
Coming home on Friday, I could not sleep.
Listen, Saturday, as much as I love Heather, I couldn't sleep that night, and that's why.
Driving.
Oh my god,
there's.
It is.
No,
it's not even that. It was on the way home. We live in the middle of fucking nowhere, guys. Right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, the foggy deer.
Oh, and it is harvest season, which means deer are running.
Oh yeah.
And it's also cold and rainy and foggy.
Hunting season just started.
Yes. Well, yes. I think bow season started. So yes. Yeah. Mike doesn't like to drive in that kind of condition, and Mike especially doesn't like to be the passenger in those kinds of positions either. And Heather has the innate superpower, which we've talked about many times on the show, to get us from point A to point B in half the time.
Teleports.
Which is great. Except when it's foggy, rainy, and deer are running, and she's going 70 through the fog, can only see 10 feet in front of her, and that's the only time she slows down to 60.
And you saw this on Friday when I was driving home, and Mike said, there's a lot of deer coming out of here.
Yes!
So I slowed down. Mike can't do that to Heather.
I can't do that to Heather.
He can't say there's going to be a lot of deer here. He's going to be like, okay.
He's going to speed up. So I appreciate you slowing down too. I know you want to get home, but not through this area, please. I just want to get home and go to bed. It's so fucking late. I'm tired. So we're coming down. We're coming down 50, I think. We're on 50. And we had a big patch of fog, and she slowed down. And I said, I'm really glad you slowed down for this fog. She basically told me to shut up. I was like, I just want to make it home alive.
The last thing I want to do at 10 o'clock at night is get into a car accident and not get home for hours.
Because we can't contact our parents.
Yeah, we learned that. Because Heather, bless her heart, my sweet angel, locked her fucking keys in the car on Friday.
Right as we're going into the fucking theater for Dune.
The one time
neither
no one's Mike home. Or I could do anything about it.
She did eventually. We have insurance, and I told call the insurance company. They'll be able to set you up with roadside assistance. Yeah. She didn't call the right number. She didn't wait. She was in a frantic, which I get.
Yeah.
She's like, did you call this number? And she's like, no. I was like, well, call this number. They're like, well, I still have to call the roadside assistance line. I was like, yeah, but that's just another person that can help you locate your policy and get someone fucking out there to you. Yeah, she got there.
They'll call and do stuff for you.
Sorry, that was a long tangent for fog, but yes.
God damn. Yeah. What a fun time.
Anyway, Heather almost killed us all.
Imaginary friends.
Go check out worst time I've ever taken before they all die in a car crash.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No. Heather doesn't hit moving things. She only hits stationary things.
It's true,
but I person.
Yes, very much so. Okay, here's the thing.
My great grandmother. When did they put that curb there? So it's been there, Grandma.
She hasn't hit a deer yet. Where Mike's hit 4 deer in his life. As soon as she hits that first deer, she will start slowing down. When it totals her car, then she will slow down. Because that's how it is. Once you hit your first deer, you're much more fucking.
Because what's going to happen when she hits her, totals her 2016 Cruise?
Yeah,
she have to drive my 2000.
Yeah.
Follow
until she gets her new fucking car. Yeah.
And she can be fucking so careful with that.
Yeah, so
it's a piece of shit.
I've hit a deer with every vehicle that I've had except for the Ford Escort.
you stand up and knock on that wood.
No, I'm fine. Listen. I wouldn't mind hitting something with my Jeep because then I would get the $6,000 to buy a different vehicle. That would actually start up every time.
There's a $3,000 truck somewhere.
No, I don't need that. I'm gonna get a new Trailblazer.
Oh yeah. So anyway, the mom and dad.
This is where they invite the guidance counselor over for dinner.
Yes, thank you. This is where they confront her and they're like, "Hey, we're going to invite your guidance counselor because clearly you need some help. We don't know what to say."
She's a licensed professional, apparently.
Yep. I think you're crazy. Your mom wants to not think you're crazy.
Yes.
I have a roast to make.
Yep. He has plus I have a roast I need to use, which is great. Yeah. It's fantastic.
Yeah. So the dad goes to cook. Mom just stands there like, well, shit, I caused a fight. And then she goes up to get ready or whatever.
She actually goes up to her brother's room. No, she's in the bathroom. Next.
Also, does she have a Minnesota accent? Or is I imagining that?
You're imagining
it.
Go ahead.
They make a lot of puberty jokes at this point.
A lot
with
of
Larry
puberty.
in the mirror. He makes a
zit
joke.
And...
They're
Despite
here's how they might try to make it sound, it was clearly a small boob puberty joke.
Yes, it was. We missed. We missed a spot when the boogeyman was on the roof and had the mirror.
Oh,
and he looked at himself and then pointed it at Larry as an indication,
and he speaks in rhymes all the time,
indicating that Larry is going to be turning into a boogie. Mm-hmm. So
that's fair.
Yes. So it's the next night, right? Because I don't think anything happens. Larry builds the machine, right? Basically. Yeah. So that's when they go for the drive. So we're past that. Larry's built the machine at this point.
Yeah, now it goes to the dinner.
Yes, we're at the dinner. Next night,
where they're talking and she feels really awkward. So she's like, I'm going to go ahead and just fuck off because I don't want to be here. So she goes to the kitchen where Larry is making boogie goo.
Yeah, they call it boogie goo.
Boogie goo.
Before that, when they're talking, the parents and the counselor and them were talking, and they're like, "So what do you do?" And this is where he has a PhD in solid waste disposal.
Solid waste disposal. He's a shit doctor.
Pile higher, dig deeper.
Pile higher, dig deeper. So fucking good. That line comes absolutely out of nowhere from the brother. It's fucking perfect.
But it gives you this lore from the family that clearly he said that enough that the son is saying that.
Yes. He's clearly not doing anything with his degree because he doesn't have to, because the mom makes all the money. She's a naturalist healer of some sort. Is that what it is?
She's got a lot of celebrities working paying her to go like, let me empty your chakras.
Yes, I think that's basically what it is. I can't remember exactly.
But yeah, so gets caught making boogie goo.
Yeah, boogie goo, which is
just a whole bunch of disgusting
leftovers, a gym sock.
Yeah, a gym sock in the blender, like
pickle juice,
leftover moldy food, and a whole bunch of other
fucking weird. But it's
just all disgusting shit.
But before they do that, the father brings out dessert, and it's like a custard.
Mm-hmm.
And then we cut back to the boogeyman saying, like, I had to blend up one of your brother's socks to put in. It's like, did you rinse out the blender afterwards? No. Cut back to the guidance counselor, like, this is really good. Do I taste a hint of nutmeg? And the dad goes, just a little bit of nutmeg. And then she lifts out a piece of a sock.
Like the long way of a sock, too. It's not like
I thought it was like,
mm-hmm.
It's fine.
Mike, I'm going to let you know, it's not a real gym sock.
I know. It's still no, but the fact.
Yep. I get you. Yep.
So they
and
they spend the next 5 minutes calming the down.
And the mom was like,
"Please don't sue us."
Excuse me, I have to. I smell something vile.
Something odd. Walks in the kitchen where Larry's making boogie goo. It's just, what are you doing? Oh, I'm practicing for home ec. You're not taking home ec, which is why I thought I practiced at home. I think everyone should learn how to cook. I'm just going to go ahead and take this. And she can't lift the pot now.
Because Larry's in the pot.
Well, we don't know Larry's in the pot yet, but yes. Yeah. That's why. And she's like, well, what's going on with you? I need to go deal with this. We'll deal with you later. And then mom leaves, and Larry's just in the pot, like, I'm in the pot. Let me out. Help me.
Like a genie can't take off the lid.
Yep.
And then he starts eating boogie goo.
He starts eating boogie goo.
He starts liking it.
What does it taste like, Jared?
I don't remember what
it tastes like chicken with a little bit of nutmeg. It's so fucking good. Are you kidding me? Firing on all cylinders.
Yep. So they go upstairs. The little brother steps in some of the boogie goo.
Yes.
He comes out wondering what she's doing and what the horrible smell is, whatever.
Yes. So she goes up to...
Which will come important here in a second.
Larry runs away really quick because he's starting to...
Yeah, he turns into a boogie.
He's starting to transform. And so he runs up to the brother's room and he's hiding under the bed. And then Francis follows him and is like, what the fuck's going on with you?
No, it's Francis's room.
No, it's his room because the brother goes to Francis's room.
Yep. Which is where the
boogie
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is what, it makes more sense now to you, right?
Yeah, it makes more sense.
So he's like, I don't know. Here, can you give this card to your brother? He's been looking for it. I found it under his bed. And Francis is like, all right, you're right about me being relieved that I wasn't a donor for the bone marrow for my son. For my brother. I was scared. I was really glad that it couldn't be me. And he's like, it doesn't matter, being scared is fucking normal.
It's human.
It's human. And now by this time he's starting to really grow the boogie out.
Yeah, he's got the fang. And then we get to the part of the movie where
are you going to
the crawl?
Hang on, because what happened? Oh yeah, because then he licks the shoe. Right?
Yeah,
go ahead.
Yeah. So it gets to the part of the movie where I understand the scare.
Yes,
because he's full boogie, so he's got the long claws.
Well, he's not full boogie, but he's
full boogie.
He's like half. Yeah, he's 80% boogie right now. He's got whiskers, and he looks like a mix between a werewolf and a vampire. Because he's got whiskers and hair's all wild, and then he's got the claws.
Can I just say that the boogie goo looks like they were making Ivan ooze?
Yes, I thought that immediately.
What is it with purple goo in the 90s, early 2000s?
Purple's So he's all creepified.
Yep. He smells the boogie goo,
and he starts crawling on the floor.
So fucking creepy.
The way he does it is so well for this actor.
It's so
good because he perfectly creepy enough that he contorts his limbs slightly.
I put out today, but
yes. It's really creepy.
And it is. It really is. It's amazing.
Where he picks up the shoe and starts licking it. It's like, you stepped in boogie goo. He's like, I didn't fucking step in boogie goo. And well, if you didn't, who did? Darwin. Where's Darwin? He's in your room.
Damn. Darwin, do something.
Fuck. And so this is where Darwin is playing with a dinosaur and a rocket ship and is and then
purple smoke comes out,
which he can't see because
he doesn't believe in imagine. And then the next thing you know, he's
sucked
under the bed. Yep. So enter Larry and Francis, who's he's under your bed. There's nothing under my. Or they talk about the boogie world,
which I don't know why at this point she doesn't believe everything that Larry says.
Right at this point in time, this guy has not lied to you, and your brother is missing. Let's fucking go. So she's looking under the bed while Larry's not there, and her dad walks in and is like, "Francis, we really need to talk. Why don't you tell me the truth and what's going on?" Do you want to know the truth, Dad? Fine. It's the boogeyman. It's the boogeyman. He took Darwin and he's in Boogie World. And his imaginary friend Larry is trying to help us. We're going to go rescue him in Boogie World. And that's what's happening. I'm being framed from the boogeyman. And the dad stands up.
Maybe it's best if you talk to your mother.
Maybe it would be better if you talked to your mother about this. Yeah. And then he says bye. She's it's so great. Good. It's so good when she wants to be. It is so good.
That's a child.
It's so good.
Who knows her parents don't believe her. Who knows her brother's in danger.
Yeah.
It's all great.
And then he stands at the door and she goes, bye. It's so good. And then Larry comes in with his trans temperature.
It's the thing that makes him old.
Yeah.
But it's now mobile.
Right. So he plugs in the wall and they go in. And she's like, you're not fucking going in with me. It's your fault.
And it's under the bed when she goes to crawl under it. There's a clown.
Oh my god, it scares the shit out of her.
Another poltergeist.
Yeah, that's a poltergeist.
Yeah. And then we see it. We see
Freddy Krueger.
Yeah, it's clearly
scattered throughout this movie. I was like, this is great.
Anyway. Yeah. See, I'm glad I picked it. I'm not.
It's pretty good,
right?
Pretty good.
It's not scary, but it's fun for you guys because there's a lot of reference.
Nostalgia.
We see the cord going through a portal.
Yeah.
And so but Larry's told her, like, it's your fucking fault that he's in this. You're not coming to rescue him. You know, like, he's like, well, I'm scared, but I want to do something. And this is where it happens, where she said she was scared. And so they both go in, and they're in the boogie world, and she saves him. And then they find the car. Yeah, go ahead.
Before they get to that point.
Yeah.
Anthony, did you catch the other classic horror movie that they reference in this before the car?
Cliffhanger.
I was going to say PG version of Evil Dead.
When she's on the cliff?
No, before they get to the car, they're walking over a moldy sandwich.
Yeah, the worms.
And the worms come out. Yeah, tree rape. I'm like, that's a PG version of the tree rape, but with like
the molesting
worms.
tree.
Like, holy shit.
Boogeyman. No, it's a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Yep. It's all moldy and shit. It's pretty great. They find the car,
anyway,
but they got to push it back because it's one of those cars you pull back to go forward.
Which I appreciate.
I did too. Yeah. It was pretty fucking good.
Can we attach a battery to this? Only that only works with real cars.
Right? No.
You got to push this one back.
And so they push it back and they get going like, yeah, basically. And then they go too far forward and he gets sprung backwards because he ran out of extension cord. But they're there. They found Darwin. He's in a gym sock.
Which is great.
Yeah, he's so good. Sock. He's so good. And so
I like the idea from Darwin's perspective. He's been kidnapped by an invisible force, put into a sock.
Yes.
And he can only hear his sister.
Yeah, he only hears his sister. Who the fuck are you talking to? And so
so the boogeyman approaches from behind.
She doesn't see him at first. Larry goes, fucking boogeyman, and then because he grabs a net from the ether and goes to capture and bowling for Boogie, throws an eyeball or something, and it causes her to fall. And then
a marble.
Oh, is that what it was? The marble. Yes.
It's just called that.
Oh my god.
Jesus Christ.
Fuck.
And so he bowls him off so Francis can
sees him, tries to get Darwin free, pulls him this way, pulls him that way.
Do something.
The boogeyman calls her Franny, and that jogs something in her mind.
In her memory, yeah.
He's like that first little pulse of
memory.
Yes,
like Franny, and then
something's familiar.
So she's dragging Darwin away. They're trying to get around Larry.
But
she's
then,
what happens?
Larry becomes more boogie.
Right.
As they're trying to get away.
Right. And so he goes full boogie now.
First Larry tries to use the machine.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, that's right. He tries to use a machine, but it came unplugged.
Yep.
There's a whole theatrical, like, oh, no!
It didn't work. Yuma came unplugged. And so he becomes full boogie after that, and Francis is trying to...
Because he starts speaking in rhyme. Right. That's how you know.
Yeah.
And Francis is like, I have an idea. There's a D battery, a C battery.
I think it's a D battery. I guess it's a square.
It's a 9-volt.
Yeah, it is.
It's a 9-volt where she's like trying to like bend shit around to plug in the machine to the battery to make it work.
But before that,
but while that's happening, the boogeyman tells Larry to get rid of Francis. We'll deal with her later.
Yep.
I'm gonna go throw the brother off the cliff over here. The random fucking 100-foot cliff over here.
She came from that. He crawled under the bed onto the cliff.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah. So he's just gonna murder the brother.
Yep.
No.
Yeah. And then starts making Larry believe in him again.
Yeah. Clap if you believe in Larry. I need you to believe in Larry.
Which I'm sure from his perspective, like, yeah, sure.
Whatever you want.
Sure, I still believe in him. Fuck it. You told me I couldn't. I was wrong. I was wrong.
And the boogeyman tries suffocating him because he won't shut the fuck up.
Yeah, because he can't say I believe, so that's why he starts stopping. And he can't stop him from tapping.
And he snaps out of it, still kind of bugified, but he snaps out of it and basically.
Oh, there was a puberty joke with Larry too when he becomes a boogeyman.
Okay. Missed it.
You did? Something about being more hairy, whatever.
Oh, okay.
Because he's got the hairs coming out of his face, and I was like, okay, so there's a small one there.
Yeah.
Too.
So
weird changes. Anyway.
Basically, the next couple spots are kind of irrelevant, but she gets the machine to work. She hooks it up to the boogeyman.
Well, there was Larry explodes back to his normal self.
Oh, okay.
Because he get the clapping.
Right.
He comes back to the thing. Larry runs up to go save him. At one point, the boogeyman just lets him pull it, and they fly down the steps that they climbed up. And I put ow my butt after being flung 20 feet like a fucking rag doll.
Apparently, Darwin is thick.
Yep. Yeah, apparently that leukemia really gave him some powers.
Got weak bones but strong meats.
Shouldn't joke about, but that's fine.
I mean, he didn't really have.
He didn't really die.
So she gets the machine to work, hooks it up to his nails. It starts draining the boogeyman, and then the boogeyman basically says, "No, Franny, no," and turns into this really old lady.
Like, what?
That threw me off a little bit. Why is he an old lady?
Did it? Because you didn't realize yet, did you, that she's been lying the entire time? Because there's only one person that's ever called her Franny, and that was Zoe.
Oh, yeah, her imaginary friend, Zoe.
But you didn't have an imaginary friend. I lied.
17th century British girl.
Yes! Well, but what else would a fucking, child...
Yeah, she probably had a doll.
Yes.
See, that's what
That was what, if you looked at the doll, the one that kept turning its head, it basically it was basically the same dress.
Makes sense now.
Also, as an American, we think the British people are smarter.
Just in general.
So her accent just... British people are smart.
Plus, she does basically call Larry on his stupid shit later. But yeah, it turns out that the boogeyman is actually Zoe.
And it's not a boogeyman.
It's a boogie person.
Yeah, that was the other thing, is after they get out of there, Larry's all like, you became a boogeyman. Like, boogie person.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's boogie person.
But it's Zoe. It's Francis's imaginary friend that she got rid of when Darwin got bone cancer because she had to grow up to be strong for him.
And then also made him get rid of Larry.
Yep.
It's funny that Zoe became a boogeyman before Larry did.
Well, Larry
kind of had to go at the same time.
No.
She was older.
Zoe, Francis had to grow up faster, right? So she wasn't telling Darwin to not believe in anyone until later on. So the timeline probably pretty accurate, actually. As quick as
she probably found out that her brother had cancer beforehand.
Yeah, Larry turned real fucking quick once he started turning. So
yeah, that's fair.
Well, as soon as he found out, because he was wearing sunglasses at the beginning, because he was starting to turn into a boogeyman.
So he's already there. Just the guy in his head told him he had to help Francis in a roundabout way.
So they have their whole touching moment of catching up with Zoe and oh my god, I forgot about you. There's that whole explanation.
There's a boogie problem.
Well, before that, the parents busted.
Oh yeah, and she was vacuuming under the bed. Yeah, and
they forgive her.
It broke. You didn't change the bag, did you?
No, you didn't change the bag. Positive reinforcement. And he walks away. It's oh yeah. Also, there's
vacuum's fucking exploded.
It turns out that you didn't actually do this. The same things that have been happening here have been happening in Middleville or whatever. Central City. Yeah. So they think it's the same people, so we're sorry for accusing you. We're terrible people. And she goes, oh okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Cool. I know again.
Yeah. Well, the thing is they could definitely tell they're okay, so her daughter
isn't a monster.
She's not a monster. She might still be crazy, but but that could be just
so they have
her psyche breaking from her brother.
They have their touching moment, and then it's the next morning, and they're like, "All right, well, it's time for us to go." And they're like, "But go, I'm just friendly."
No, it's the same night. They don't do any time skip.
Yeah, they do. It's in the next morning. It's bright as fucking. Oh, you're right.
It's starting to become morning.
It's starting to become morning. Yes.
Yeah. Still the same
and they're like, no, we can't. You're obviously too old for an imaginary friend.
I'm not too old for an imaginary friend.
We'll come. You guys come back to visit. Well, no, we're going to come back and visit Darwin, but not you. You're too old.
And then,
there's a weird
kiss.
Just because you grow up doesn't mean you can't still be creative. And then he kisses her, and I put that on my notes as just.
So me and Anthony talked about this a little bit. So the
sexually
thing with
awakening a teenager.
Well, she's 20.
But
this only happens because they are both adults. This doesn't happen in movies where it's two children or it's a child and someone older. Yeah. I will give you an example of the Become Starstruck, right? It's actually a pretty good movie starring I can't remember either of their names, but it doesn't matter. But she is 17 and the guy opposing her is 19. And so there is a romantic interest through this entire thing. As the whole thing, the plot is built on. They never kiss once because she is 17, he is 19, and is not legal. So the only way this happens in Disney movies is when it's legal. And so it was legal, so the kiss happened.
Still
weird. But here's the thing.
Send off. You can still be creative here. Let me kiss you real quick.
They
You'll
tried.
Never see me again.
They tried to have the romantic there towards the center when they were like moving around.
That, but I still thought
it wasn't enough to deserve a kiss at the end.
It's not.
It's not a really 16 candles kind of shit.
And also, that made me think, and I told this to Mike, maybe we have a bunch of imaginary friends going around just kissing people.
Yeah, that was what I thought too. Like, when you get older,
lips ever get cold, getting kissed by an imaginary friend.
But basically, they fuck off to Center City because the guy in his head said there's a boogie problem, so they're gonna go. Zoe agrees to go with Larry. Because obviously,
she doesn't think that he can handle it.
I've seen it. You've seen him in action.
Yeah,
so also that should have been the romantic interest. Yeah. That's fine.
But I put happy ending because then it's
she's
grown up, but Darwin gets
Darwin.
Did you see after that?
Darwin.
When they're sleeping and Zoe and Larry appear behind them and just like, they're so cute.
The in between that, where Darwin shows up and says, "I'm scared." Well, don't you have to be scared? No, I'm scared about cancer.
Yeah.
I missed that dialogue.
Yeah. She's scared about the cancer coming back. And so
fucking
does, Jared.
And then it comes to them watching over him.
And then they disappear, and it's a much happier ending because, like, Francis explained to me, like, the cancer, you're in remission, you're fine. You're healthy
not
now.
Die today. We'll be fine, Darwin.
You're healthy now, so let's just take it one day at a time, and then jump cut to
dark fucking German movie. Like, what the fuck?
I told you, like,
it was very dark. It was
kid cancer, guys. Fucking kid cancer.
And it wasn't like a campy dark where they just did it to do it. It's like
it's
very large plot point.
Yeah.
Like because
she has fucking survivor's guilt the entire time.
Yeah. So trauma, survivor's guilt. She felt like she feels guilty for not helping her brother.
Was the 1990 classic.
Don't look
under the bed.
But you know what? I think we're missing something.
What are we missing?
Well, typically when we talk about a movie, we play a game.
It's the box office game, everyone.
Box office game.
Is that
what I get like 3 notes from a very popular thing? Like, dun 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 dun.
So we have done a similar box office because either Komodo or Primal Force came out 2 weeks after this. So this is 2 weeks prior to, I think it was Primal Force that came out in 1999. Because I think Komodo was 1997. Either way.
No, Komodo was 99.
Was it? Okay, so it was the Komodo one.
No, I think Komodo and Primal Force were both 99.
Yeah, but I need the Oddtober one, which I think was Primal Force. I don't think Komodo was.
Primal Force was May.
Okay, so it was Komodo.
Okay. Well, yeah.
That's at 4.6 on IMDb, but 91% of viewers liked it.
Yeah, it was a good movie. Yeah. Okay, so number 1 in the box office from Paramount Pictures. All I can I don't really know the plot of this. My mother watches all the time, but it's a legal defense. It's a legal drama kind of thing.
Legally Blonde?
No. It's a movie.
Yeah.
It's not a legal defense, but
A Few Good Men.
No, think of Futurama, an overclocking. The Bender's defense in Futurama.
Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
I
seriously
did you
no idea.
Fucking listen to me?
I did
from Futurama.
I don't know what they would be referencing.
It's Double Jeopardy.
Okay, yes,
I've
never watched it.
It's fine.
I've never seen Double Jeopardy. I've had it, but I've never watched
it. It's in its third week in the box office at number 1. Number 2 is Random Hearts. Number 3 is Three Kings. Number 4, American Beauty. Number 5.
Guy jerks out about a teenager.
Number 5 from Paramount Pictures, and its first week. It's Superstar. I hate Superstar. I couldn't tell you.
Superstar?
I fucking hate
Will
Superstar.
Ferrell?
I hate Superstar. Will Ferrell? Number 6 in the box office. Or number 6 in the box office in its 10th week from Walt Disney Studios. We've talked about it before. Stars a young Haley Joel Osment.
Sixth Sense?
It is a Sixth Sense. Followed by, oh my God, Blue Streak, Drive Me Crazy. Number 9 in the box office. It's a Muppet puppet adventure based on a child's TV show.
You have no idea how much that doesn't narrow it down.
I know.
Muppets Treasure Island.
No,
Carol.
not Muppets. Muppets, but kind of Muppets. They're technically Muppets, but like public, PBS kind of.
Between the Lions?
Yeah, so it's there you go.
Is it Adventures in Grouchland?
It is Adventures in
Damn fucking strange Adventures in Grouchland.
Holy shit, Anthony, you pulled that one right out your ass.
Yeah! Elmo goes to Grouchland. He goes through Oscar
Sheshkin.
With that. Yeah. Oh my God. I saw the hesitation.
The reverberation would have probably hurt a little.
Followed by For the Love of the Game, Mystery Alaska, Stigma, Stir of Echoes, Runaway Bride, Run Lola Run, 16 in the box office in its 22nd week. It is the prequel to a trilogy, and it's the first one of them. That is also a trilogy. It is Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. Followed by number 17 in the box office. It is a Matthew Broderick film based on a cartoon series from the 80s and 90s.
I know this one because I remember from last time.
Yeah, what is it? Yep, there it is. It's Inspector Gadget. Followed by...
Because last time I want to say Godzilla, and I'm like, I know that's wrong.
Followed by the Blair Witch Project.
My first horror movie.
And it's just, from there, it just kind of goes nowhere.
So...
Number 36 in the box office is the same superhero spoof that we talked about where Ben Stiller and... plays a Mystery Man. It is Mystery Man, yeah.
I think my first like horror-ish movie was Blade.
Yeah.
I saw that when I was like, I think 4 when I was being babysit with my friend Ziggy.
Blair Witch Project is the earliest one I can
remember.
remember.
Around there. It was like one of my first ones.
And that just shows the difference between like Heather, Mike, and me.
Yeah.
Is like I watched Blair Witch Project and I realized, oh, okay, yeah, no, this is clearly fake. Because also my mom explained, because it was, that first-person camera thing. Yeah. She's like, yeah, no, they're just actors. None of it's real. I'm like, none of it's real? Yeah, nothing's real.
See, my parents were nice like that. Both my father and my mom and stepdad all liked me watching horror movies because then they could scare the fuck out of me whenever they wanted, doing dumb shit because they thought it was hilarious.
Oh, no, wait, I remember. There was one earlier. I watched Ju-On 3.
I don't know what that is.
I'm sorry, that sounds like a racial slur movie. Were you watching propaganda?
No, I was watching The Grudge 3 in this
okay.
The Japanese one, which didn't really work to me because it was in Japanese and I didn't know how to read.
You don't speak Japanese, huh?
Yep, I didn't know how to read back then, so it's just like, oh, there's a lady there. Is she scary? I don't know. She kind of looks like the people I'm living with because it was the Laotians. That's why we were watching it. Like that's why we were watching.
That's funny. Yeah, that was. Don't Look Under the Bed.
Don't Look Under the Bed, which it's
how these work.
Yes,
I guess so.
Because they specifically looked under the bed quite a few times,
multiple times. It's fun.
It's a good time.
I mean, I'd say if you're listening to the show, you have kids.
It's worth a watch.
It's worth a watch.
Listen,
like, they want to get into the spooky season. This would be a good one.
This is a good one.
Traumatize them.
There are some spots like you can understand.
There are spots.
You understand?
But I mean, that is the nature of a movie like this.
What I really wanted after that movie ended, I really wanted the show of Larry and Zoe.
Oh,
100%. Boogeyman.
Yeah, like I wanted
Boogie Hunters. That'd be fun.
Like that would have been a good show to watch, especially like in the Halloween season.
I did look up the actors. The girl who played Frances, she went on to be an actor basically in soap operas. She did a lot of stuff on Days of Our Lives, but she didn't really act professionally. The guy who played Larry, he went on to be a director of some. He is African American. I don't know. We didn't really say that. He is an African American.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter at all. Other than the fact that he's got a fucking awesome hairdo, it's fucking wild. I loved it.
Yeah. We'll agree there.
He went on to direct African American cultural films, kind of things.
Oh, okay.
So yes, everyone else went on to do absolutely jack shit.
Erin Chambers, who played Frances.
Okay.
She's right up your alley.
Oh, Anthony's?
Yeah. She's a redhead.
Yeah. Funny, your wife's not a redhead, though.
Yeah.
It's funny.
So I can like stuff and then marry someone else. It's not about looks, it's about love.
What is love?
Baby, don't
The child's going to come out as a redhead, don't worry.
Dude, that's a very strong possibility.
I know. I'm very aware.
I have red in my beard. And
we
so
all
my
have
dad.
red.
There's
yeah.
Larry nowadays.
Yeah. What he reminded me is like, so when I first found the Beetlejuice musical, there's a dude on TikTok that looks almost exactly like him that does like the main song that you talk, Say My Name. He does like a back and forth with that on TikTok or Instagram, wherever you fucking watch it. Looked exactly like him. So I had to really look to make sure it wasn't the same fucking person. It's not, but yeah.
Right.
Good movie.
It was. I enjoyed it.
Honestly, it was a lot better. I went in with very low standards because it's a DCOM, but I left pleasantly surprised.
Next 9/11, I'm going to make you guys watch fucking Tiger Cruise.
What the fuck is that?
Tiger Cruise is another DCOM.
Why'd you have to say 9/11?
Because it's about 9/11.
11.
Is it D?
Yes.
There's a DCOM about 9/11.
Yeah, well, it's not about... Okay, could you let me finish before you just get all fucking defensive and bitchy?
No, I'm not getting defensive and bitchy. I'm curious.
Tiger Cruise is about a battleship. Daniel! Damn it! Is about a tiger... Is about a... So a Tiger Cruise is where, like, civilians and parents get to go on a battleship and live for, like, a few days with their deployed crew members, just as a family bonding to kind of get the experience or whatever. Yeah. This Tiger Cruise happens during 9/11. Like, at the attack, you actually see the attack, like, it shows the planes and everything. And so they can't turn around. They have to go into battle. So the entire time, it's them struggling, not knowing if they're going to get called to active duty while these civilians are on board.
Wow.
It's yeah.
And then they made the movie
Shenanigans.
I feel like
it's really fucking dark. I think Hayden Panettiere is in that one.
The cheerleader. That movie that thoroughly surprises me just because
Tiger Cruise. It is a well forgotten D comedy for a reason.
It doesn't sound like it should be a comedy.
Like Can of Worms is not one that's talked about. When we watch it, you will understand that fucked me up as a child, and there's a reason people don't watch it anymore because it's irrelevant.
Okay, well,
so
that's fair.
I just
I'm gonna make a recommendation while Anthony's.
Yeah.
Why my mind is being blown.
Are you looking up Tiger Cruise?
Yeah, you bet your ass.
I started watching Primal because I haven't watched it yet.
Oh, the
really fucking good.
Tartakovsky
really
one? Oh, it's so fucking good.
Really fucking enjoy that.
Yeah, Jared puts in the chat, Jindy Tartakovsky's this is so-and-so is great. Of course it is. It's Jindy Tartakovsky.
Well,
that's the reason he got to finish Samurai Jack.
Okay.
Like, he's amazing.
I hadn't watched it. I'd seen good things about it, but I finally sat down and started watching it.
Have you gotten to... There's an episode with, like, a witch. Have you gotten to that one yet?
No.
Oh, that one hurts. It hurts. It's like a time skip back and forth. Oh, Jared. Oh,
okay.
It's so
Look forward
good.
to that now.
Oh, it's so good.
Plus, we now you know where the caveman's been up to since Dexter's lab.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Did you forget that was the same caveman?
It's the same caveman. Mr. Caveman.
Fucking kidding me, right?
No. Look at it.
It's really the same caveman?
It's probably, it might not be the exact same, but it's the design.
No, but I have thoroughly enjoyed it.
It's great.
I thought it was pretty fun.
Yeah.
So if you haven't checked it out, go check it out. I don't know why you haven't. I don't know why I didn't.
Also, watch all the D comedies. There's a shit ton of them. It's a lot of fun.
Holy fuck.
Yeah, it's the same one.
Yeah, it's him. Yeah, it's him.
Wow. Also, with that, I'll say again, if you haven't checked out, check the series USA and Sci-Fi are doing. Go check it out. The episode 3 comes out this week. I've enjoyed it. It's been really fun.
It's a Carfax Fox.
With that, Anthony, where can they find you?
They can find me at Inferno Frenzy and at CLT Sandwich.
All right.
At CLT_sandwich. I apologize.
Underscore.
You can find me on the podcast CLT Sandwich, though, where we talk about myths, legends, tall tales, shit like that. I gotta remember to send you an episode.
The second one, please.
Yep, one with Robin Hood. We started talking about foxes. So y'all can hear. Because we recorded 3 hours of podcast, basically.
Spiraled downward.
And how Mike just went insane. And this week is going to be Robin Hood.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Michael?
Well, you can find us wherever you find your podcasts at on the worst nostalgia trip ever taken. You can find us at Beetle_cast on Twitter. No new episode of the worst nostalgia trip ever taken this Thursday. Maybe we'll work some things out. If nothing else, the CLT sandwich will be up where I spiral downward into the Carfax Fox. So yeah, otherwise we'll be back in 2 weeks with a new episode. It just was so busy this weekend. I couldn't fucking, I couldn't do shit. So we have one fucking thing left to watch as far as videos for Ronald McDonald. We just have to fucking finish it. So
fair.
Yeah.
I'm excited. Those have been fun to listen to.
God, they're terrible.
Holy fuck. Fun to listen to you guys.
Yeah. The best part about one was
terrible for all of you.
When there was a guest star in the fucking show. When they went to the 70s disco time.
Oh, when there was fucking Mayor McCheese.
I wasn't gonna say it.
Oh
yeah,
my God. It's already out. That one's out.
Yeah,
so Mayor McCheese. That was a cheeseburger. Who cares?
So
that's so good.
So anyway, next Monday.
Yep.
We're out of Oddtober. This is the final episode. What comes next? What comes next, boys?
Disney brackets, as long as you want to, or we can do something else.
We got the Disney bracket.
Disney brackets.
And Disney bracket.
And then end of November, early January, Anthony is going to be leaving
for a while.
Yeah, Anthony's going away come December.
So. Yes.
He's a kid.
Yep.
Jared texted us, is like, I have other plans for when we're off in December. And I'm like, but me and Sven will come over to your apartment and record.
Yeah. I will just...
Yeah.
No. I will just be
listen, when it's three of us, I have a different energy depending on how many people here. When it's me and Jared, I don't rag on him near as much, and we have so much fun. Not that I don't have fun with you. That sounds really mean, but like it's just a different energy.
I might be able to, watch some live streams. I promise I will still be there in spirits. I might check a live stream every now and then. But yeah, it is. We got fucking a month basically, little month.
Yeah, and Heather's gonna run a 5K in 2 weeks.
Yeah, that's when the baby's coming.
Don't say that for the fucking dude.
I don't want him to be born in Lansing. You think I want him to be born in the streets of Lansing?
It's Grand Rapids.
Yes. Oh, the Grand Rapids? The Turkey Trot?
No, I'm talking about the hot cider.
I'm talking about Turkey Trot.
That's still a month away.
So anyway,
come on out.
Yep.
Jared, where can people find you?
God, you can find us at Oddcast Center, or me at Jokey Pants Games.
And what? Let's say the people who are listening, they really like and they want to support us. How is there a way they could do that?
Well, it's been on screen, but sure. Patreon.com/Oddcast.
Thank you for being on screen in the audio medium. It's fine.
Yeah.
For the here's what Jared says for the audio media.
Anthony's waving hi. He's really ecstatic about you. Just keeps on waving hi. Now he's signing. He loves all of you so much.
Saying that he loves big cock. So
a banana split.
Marbles.
Anyway,
so I'm pretty sure we'll be going with the Disney bracket with the holidays. I think the Disney bracket would be a good fit.
Well, here's the thing. I don't know if I want to start the Disney bracket and have him leave halfway through it. So
that's a good point too.
What was that?
So
he makes a good point.
We might do I think we should wait to Disney brackets till he's back in start of the new year.
We're gonna start off the year, huh?
Because if anything else, we can just do this shit. Like we can just watch a fucking movie and talk about it. We can do the worst nostalgia trip ever taken style.
Also, I feel like we need to update you all. Odd Chat has been away, and it's sounding like Odd Chat's going to become a different thing at some later point. Like FW1R was originally Fireside Chat.
It's just with all of it, like there's not a lot happening in the world right now, and so we
not a lot going on.
Struggled to talk to you guys.
And these guys have a lot of ideas of things I want to do, and it's just finding the time, and that would be the best time.
Yeah. So we already have we already have a scheduled time to do shit. So we just do like random shit on a Thursday.
Yeah. So you guys will be getting random stuff.
And it turned out Saturdays a lot harder than we thought.
Yes.
Yeah. That's.
We'll get it done.
Yeah.
God only knows when the hell that'll ever get.
It'll get done
at this point.
It'll get there.
Thursday.
The thing, here's the she will be for a while. Here's the thing.
Cheers over, I think.
Oh,
bro, we can always drop off the child at my parents, and we could record with Thursdays with her too here. Yeah. So there's possibilities. It just would happen. It's fine. We'll figure it out. Things are in the works.
Happening.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're trying to keep up, but life gets in the way. Here's the thing. I love doing this with you guys, but you guys don't pay me $26.70 an hour to work.
Yeah.
My job pays me $26.70 to work overtime, and I love overtime. So
yeah, it's fair. But with that, thank you all for rating and whatnot.
Yeah.
Getting into the top 75 on a chart of anywhere.
Yeah, that's pretty fucking good.
And not expecting.
Hell yeah.
Fuck yeah. Thank you all.
Yeah. You're the best.
Y'all fucking rock. Stay on. Keep up with that shit. Get us notice on other shit too.
Light our darkest tower.
Rodimus Prime. Goodbye, everyone.
See ya.
You got the touch and the power.
You got the power.